Hello and welcome to the No Pressure Motorsports League's first race of Mazda versus Nissan World Cup. Tonight we'll be going to Suzuka in the full circuit. Located in one of the most iconic points of the world in Japan, figure 8 layout is rare in motorsport with an overpass section, 3.6 miles of technical flowing corners. This section rewards excuse me, I got lost in train of thought there for a second. This section rewards rhythm, precision, and commitment over raw power. Key sections to check out here are turn 1 and 2 in the opening complex. High-speed entry, heavy braking, critical for a lap setup. Great overtaking opportunity on lap 1. Then we head down into the S-curves, the heartbeat of Suzuka. All about the balance of momentum. Drivers who overdrive here will lose tenths. Watch for Mazda's advantage here. Later, a little bit better rotation early on. Then we head up to the Dunlop curve. Uphill blind corner commitment separates confident drivers from cautious ones. Into the next section, we have a tight technical punishing section, easy place to make mistakes, and there's a gravel trap always waiting for you. Then we move into the hairpin, the slowest corner on the track, prime overtaking zones for dive bombs attempts. Then into the 130R section, we have a legendary high-speed left, flat out for the brave, lift for the smart. Cars with better aero stability shine here. Check out the RX-8 and the 350Z in this battle, particularly through this area. Then we finish up with the Casino Triangle Chicane, final overtaking opportunity, easy to outbrake yourself, late race drama hotspot. We'll take a look at the cars that we have coming up into this race here. There are two Mazdas available as well as two Nissans. The first car we'll start with is the 2011 RX-8. Rotary engine, high revving, smooth power delivery. Drove one of these in real life actually. It's a blast of a car. Near 50-50 weight distribution, excellent balance, strengths, S-curves, dominance, mid-corner stability, and tire conservation. Its weakness is it lacks straight line power versus the Nissans. The next car in the Mazda is also a rotary, the 1997 Mazda RX-7 FD. Lightweight car, turbocharged rotary, more aggressive than the RX-8. Its strengths are quick direction change, strong acceleration out of medium speed corners. Weaknesses can be twitchy under braking. We'll take a look at our Nissans now. We have a 2003 350Z. Actually drove one of these in real life too. Love it. It's a great car. It's one of the heavier cars that we're gonna have in this series. We're looking at probably 30, I think 35, 36. I can't even remember exactly. V6, a lot more torque than the Mazdas. Strengths is a straight line speed, stability under braking, and strong on the hairpin and the chicane here. Weaknesses is it can struggle in the rapid direction changes in the S's, particularly where the Mazdas are going to shine. The other Nissan we are highlighting and we were running in this series is a 2000 Nissan Silvia S15 Spec R. Lightweight turbo platform, more agile than 350Z. Its strengths are its balance between a Mazda's agility and Nissan's power. It's probably one of the more balanced cars on the track for between power and agility. It's going to have lots of good traction and good power. Its weakness is it can be unstable if pushed too hard. The matchup storylines to watch tonight is in the for the sector battles in Sector 1 here, through the S's. Mazda is going to have probably the advantage here. Sector 2, as well as in the hairpins, and Sector 3 is going to be more of your Nissan's power zone. Tire management, Mazdas are likely easier on tires, stronger in the late race. Nissans may fade slightly if they push too hard early. Driving style clash, Mazda smooth flowing, with precision, where the Nissans are going to be more of your aggressive outbrake and your power-based car. Excuse me, my Alexa went off there. Tonight we are running in a spec class. All cars will be at 400 up to 400 horsepower cap with a 2,600 pound minimum. This keeps our field tight, makes our driver skill more important. No engine swaps are allowed, so this keeps the original engine of every car intact. We should be moving forward here with the race shortly. It looks like we're waiting on a couple of people to qualify. And then we'll be rolling on to our main event here. Unfortunately, with the limitations of Forza and a broadcast for Forza, we won't be able to watch any sort of qualifying, but I can go down the qualifications as of right now, it looks like we have Oil Roop at 211.831, Mullet 56 at 213.216, Darkside's FPS at a 213.796, Little Jonesy at a 217. Actually, Darkside just went a little bit faster there. Little Jonesy at a 217.33. Mac is at a 217.2. Hellcat is a 217.3. Qual is at a 212.6, but it is dirty, so unfortunately that will put him right now in 7th. And iRotoraptor is at a 216.539, also dirty right now. So our top battles here are going to be in the 211, 212 range. A couple of stragglers in the 213 that are probably battling for around 3rd to 5th. Then we're going to have quite a matchup in the midfield here with a times ranging around 217, and we'll try to stick with all the action as much as we can, but unfortunately, like I said, with the limitations of Forza and the ability to broadcast races, it's going to be a little difficult. Bear with me as well. I am not used to using the camera controls of this particular sim, so we'll all have a little bit of a learning curve here. That's okay. We are going to turn the music back up for now, and we are going to quit talking until we get into race. So then, once again, thanks for joining the No Pressure Motorsports League's first race of the season. Hopefully, we have a real good broadcast, real good season, and you stick with us for the next 4 races, and then we'll crown the champion at the end of this. We do have a penalty from last season's race. The 9 car will be starting in the back due to an EOL penalty given to him from the last race of the last season. Quick look at our drivers and their setups here. We'll just go ahead and go down the line here. Looks like this is a yep, our first car is a RX-7 FD. Going down to Mullet, looks like an S15 to me. And our first 350Z is driven by Maurice. Our next FD will be by YTB Noob, excuse me. And in our 5th position, Little Jonesy in our RX-7 FD. Rounding out 6th position, we also have Mac in a FD. Qual in 7th position is also running the FD. And coming down into 8th place, we have our first, actually that's not our first Silvia, but it is one of our Nissans, a 2000 Silvia. Rounding out 9th, iRotoraptor is in the RX-8. And in 10th, we also have another RX-8 with Hellcat. Don't seem to remember the camera button. I apologize about this. I'm still learning some of the mechanics of this game. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, so as we started off here on the, sorry about missing the start there, I have to change all the settings as the game starts. Currently still leading is Oil Roop, followed by Mullet, followed by Maurice, followed by Noob, followed by, looks like Mac just made a move on Qual. Oh, Qual and Mac, let's go on with that battle right there. There's a good battle going on here between Qual and Mac. Hard braking zone here, coming into the hard right hand, into the quick left. It looks like Qual is going to make the pass there. Qual up 3 spots at the start of the race here. Raptor also up 3 spots at the start of the race. Mac makes the move on Hellcat there. looks like Koala just doesn't have the same power there that that Noob has. Oh, and a shunt to the outside there through the high-speed section. Koala gets it under control and then makes the undercut. Looks like no penalty there. Alright, well, let's get rid of that player card so we get a little bit more viewing action here. Oh, a little squirrely there by Koala. Let's go into the back of the pack here. Let's take a look at what's going on back here. Looks like little Jonesy has a time penalty. Lots of Mazdas in this group. Oh, there's a little bit of off track there. Now there's some debris on the track as well. Just missed that one. Matt getting to the back of Jonesy here. Looks like the first and second spot have started to pull away from the rest of the pack here. Good midfield pack battle going on. Oh, Jonesy's way off, hard into the wall. Downshifts, getting it under control. Hellcat's gonna sneak on by there in the RX-8. I do believe our highest running RX-8 at this time is I Rode a Raptor. Move up 3 spots from the back. Hard on the brakes here over the curb. Nice and tidy through here. Good Corksport livery on that. And for people that don't know, I mean, I am a Mazda driver in real life. Corksport does a lot for Mazdas, and especially the Speed 3s, so love to see that on the side of a Mazda. Looks like the battle for the top is starting to heat up. Let's go check that out, as there is a significant time gap between 2 and 3 right now. Let's go on board with Mullet's car here, see how close he actually is. Definitely a unique sound coming from that Nissan. Very throaty for a... I can't remember. I think it's I think it's inline 6. Could be wrong on that. I know my Mazda's better than I know my Nissans. And as I've said in the beginning of the broadcast here, it looks like the Nissans are going to be a little harder on tire compounds as we watch Mullet slide through that corner a little bit. Rubbering up the track real good there. Now the drivers are forced to take a pit stop regardless if they want to or not. I don't think you could run the full race, especially the full circuit, with just one set of hard tires anyway. So it'll be interesting to see as the drivers pit and how often they pit. As we had a lot of issues last season with the drivers pitting and the pit crew not filling up fuel. So we'll have to look for that. If we see one of our top runners here drop to the back of the pack, probably because he took an extra pit. Mullet staying right with Oil Roop here. We are going to go check out the midfield pack here. Looks like in the 6th with Mac. Looks like there's a nice stack up there on the map, so we're going to go check that out. And as I said, we got a good battle going on here with I Rode a Raptor and Mac. 2 Mazdas, 3 Mazdas with Noob right there. I feel bad calling him Noob. I should just call him YTV, but he's sticking here with the midfield pack of Mazdas. 2 FDs and 1 RX-8. The RX-8 currently in front of currently the highest, they're not the highest running Mazda, but the highest running Mazda in this field, or in this pack right here. I do believe Oil Roop is in an FD as well. And I can't tell if it's just the Forza map or what, but man, it looks like 1 and 2 are right on top of each other. I need a relative real bad. Let's see if we can't find that real quick. Does not look like I have the option for a relative. I'll have to figure that out at a different time. For now, we'll just see when they pit. As we approach the 10-minute mark into this 1-hour race, about a minute, almost a little more than a single lap for these drivers. Now you'll notice too is the time goes on, the cars are going to, and Mac's starting to make a move here. Oh, a little bit of a door action. Oh, Mac just can't hang on to it. Goes off the track, trying to get it back under control and get back on. Wonder if that'll draw out a caution. There is a rule in this league. If a driver suffers a crash, a spin, the race organizer can call a caution. And if that happens, they will all slow down and group back up until everybody gets back in line. And then we will have a restart. The leader will lead the race start. Now, if those drivers pit under caution, they will have to start at the back of the pack regardless of what their starting position was. So we'll go back up to our leader here, Oil Roop. Good battle going on for first and second. Does sound like that Nissan is really skidding the tires around these corners. See if there's any rear life left towards the middle of the race here. And a big slide there from Oil Roop actually as well. The track's starting to get some sand and dust on it. Might be causing some of the drivers to have some issues through some of these areas with the amount of corner cutting that's been going on. Biggest movers of the race so far are in the third spot, Koala is up 4 spots from where he started, and our second biggest mover is iRotoraptor in 5th, also up 4 spots. Points in this race are based off of a modern Formula 1 system, so every driver will point this race because we have 10 drivers, so 10th will get 1 point, but it's still a point, and that 1 point can matter towards the end for a position. Packs are really starting to get spread out now as we're starting to see the attrition of maybe some people using soft tires and overheating them, or longer strategy of people using hard tires. All these cars are equipped with the race tire option in Forza, which allows the different compounds. We'll probably have a wet race at some point this season, so look for the wet tire compound to come out later in the season. Let's go back to our 6th place spot because it looks like there's starting to be a battle developing there. As YTV is starting to get to the back of iRotoraptor here. A little squiggle there. Now the FD, I am told, I have not actually test drove any of the cars or tuned them to this specification. I have been told the FD is a little squirrely. So also maybe even being the more agile car is going to have tire conservation issues later. This is our closest battle on track right now, so we will stay with that. Oh, a big lockup by YTB. Gets to the bumper of the RX-8 of iRotor Raptor. A little bit of a ding there. Gets it back under control. Not happy with a bump and run this early in the race. Now that FD of YTB does have a couple of dents and dings on it already. Sorry about that. My Alexa picked up something. YTB really trying to set up the pass here. He goes side by side through this corner. Got the power to get it done. That turbo FD making the difference on the Renis motor in the RX-8. Off the rev limiter of that FD. That's the way the RX-7 likes to be ran. Same with the RX-8, truthfully. But that RX-7 definitely has some damage on it, so we'll see if it's going to be healthy towards the end of the race. Maurice in his 350Z, currently running 4th, uncontested right now. I think our closest battle on track is back in between Oil Roop and Mullet. Let's go back with Mullet. Quite a big jump there on the track. Man, that curb really starting to get lots of dirt and dust on it. We'll see how that plays out late in the race. Oh, it looks like Mullet actually went off track somewhere and is getting a little bit of a mileage penalty. So in a time race, looks like it is a mileage penalty, so they would move that driver back that amount of mileage. So that driver will have to accommodate for that in order to finish in that position. You'll have to beat the driver behind him by that much mileage. Typically on a lap race, it's a time penalty. That'd make you slow down, I think. Looks like Dolo is our first driver in the pits. And there's nobody there. I thought we would see a pit stop, so we will go back on with the leaders. Mullet is also coming into the pits, it looks like. And Oil Roop is staying out, so maybe Mullet going for it to undercut here, but also possible that the Nissan is just burning up the rear tires a lot more than that lighter, more agile RX-7. So we're getting our first pit stops of the race, so keep in mind our faster drivers are going to have to deal with some, typically, I don't want to say slower drivers, but the drivers that they have already passed at one point, whether it be qualifying or throughout the race. Koala moves up to 2nd. He is now the biggest mover of the race with 5 spots. And our pack is going to start to scramble a bit here. Big slide from Oil Roop there in the RX-7. Battle between, that is Bullet, who's already pitted, already making his way up to 4th early. Big congestion here. We'll go on board with Maurice as he's got a nice pack formulating behind him. One of those drivers, Mullet, is going to be a hard charger as he was running up there in the first with Oil Roop. The VQ very tidy through there. And it looks like Maurice's car's got some scratches and dents on it as well. like Noob and Raptor are getting back into it as well. Got a double pit actually coming here. So both Raptor and YTB Noob are pitting at the same time. I do believe Oil Roop is yet to pit and Maurice has yet to pit as Mullet gets by him. Not going to work out strategy-wise for Maurice there, as a driver who has already pitted has got around him. But, you know, a real early pit here. I mean, with almost 40 minutes, or a little over 40 minutes to still go, I mean, we could be looking at a potential 2, maybe even 3 stop from some of these cars. Once again, our closest battle is YTB Noob and Iroda Raptor. Now with those fresh tires that YTB, even though they're cold, I mean, he is really sending it on them cold tires. You can see the amount of slip angle he's getting versus the RX-8 there. The RX-8 very planted and tighty to the road. But even you know, Raptor come in early for a set of tires there. So the RX-8 not really handling well. Oh, and Noob is off, and Raptor is going to make the pass there. Cold tires got to YTB Noob. So we still have quite a bit of drivers that have yet to pit. Wonder if the strategy is to run long on hards here. If that's the case for YTB Noob, he might want to cool it a little bit as he slides through these corners really aggressively. He's just not going to have the life there at the end, even in that lighter, more agile car. Looks like, oh, big slide, big check up there. Looks like somebody is in possibly Mullet's way here. It's not picking. Nope, that is. I cannot make out. Oh, that is yeah, that is Dolo. He is lap traffic in 10th. I was trying to pick up who he was battling there. That's why it was not showing him. Yes, our closest battle still Raptor and Noob. We'll just stay with that until something more better develops. Mac is going into the pits now, so it looks like YTB Noob and Iroda Raptor will be moving up past Mac at that point. Maurice also just pitted, coming out of the pits here in a nice battle. Really unfortunate for the 777 machine there of Iroda Raptor as he comes out right in the middle of this battle. And Maurice is a little bit, he was running third, so he's a little bit faster, but I think he's also struggling with these cold tires. So there was a big slide there. I don't know if it was just checking up or trying to get out of the way of the battle here, get his tires up to temp. We'll see how it shakes out. Like I said, I mean, with drivers pitting this early, I definitely think we're going to see another pit stop from almost everybody. So maybe if you can conserve your tires, maybe the hard strategy might work out if you can get it to the end. Lots of debris in that corner there. So we're getting some congestion here in 5 and 6. Which is what we're staying with. Maurice is coming in the back there. Hellcat is comfortably in 4th. 3rd is comfortably in 3rd, 2nd. And Oil Roop is yet to pit yet, I still believe. As he crosses the start-finish line and comes down into corner 1, he will run another lap without pitting here. So he's commandingly in ahead by almost a whole sector at this point. God, the rev of these FD and the RX-8 is so high. Such a great car. 350C, the 350Z is not a bad car either. Driven one of those in real life, and they're quite a bit of fun. They definitely feel a little bit more sluggish than the RX-8, but they do have a little bit more power. Now, keep in mind, these cars are spec-tuned to 400 horsepower and limited at 2,600 pounds of weight. So, while there might be a difference in the stock for stock, most of these cars are pretty equal in terms of power and weight. Drivers are also forced to use the sport differential and the sport transmission, so they are not allowed to tune their gear ratios other than the final drive, and as well as they're not able to tune their deceleration on their differential, so they do have to watch their downshifts. They can't come down too aggressively. Looks like little Jonesy is now heading into the pits, running 9th right now. Interesting fact here, Hellcat is now our biggest mover, going up to 6 spots moved up. I do believe he is one of the few that have yet to pit yet, so might see that go down towards the end, but also could help him later in the race as he is probably trying a two-stop strategy here. I do believe Koala and Oil Roop are going on a 1-stop because they have yet to pit as well. Actually, those are our only 3 drivers who have yet to pit. Since we have some separation, we'll just go down the list here and take a look at the artwork on these cars. Starting with our number 1 driver right now, Oil Roop. Very classy, very simple, but racy livery on this RX-7 FD. Moving over to Koala, we have a very big wing, which is approved by me. I love it. Love the chassis mount battle arrow wings. Purple and white, very race-inspired Mazda RX-7 FD. Moving down to Mullet, we have the S15 with a nice, almost kind of looks like a Formula Drift, and it's Formula Drifting. So, Formula Drift wrap with some Formula Drift sliding. That's not going to be good for a race pace or your tires. However, Mullet's proven he's pretty fast just running loose like that, so we'll see where he ends up in the end of the race here. We'll go down to YTB Noob, who is looks like it's a very I think it's just white. He doesn't even have any numbers on it, so he's probably going to get yelled at by the race organizer for that, but that is okay. It's his first race with the group, and it's not a hard correction. Moving down to our race organizer here, I rode a Raptor in a very beautiful RX-8 Cork Sport edition. He's got the 16 of Greg Biffle on the back for anybody that hasn't or been under a bus. Greg Biffle unfortunately passed away in a horrible, him and his family and his pilots passed away in a horrible plane accident. So our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. We will move to WRL Maurice in a very street-looking 350Z. No logos, no numbers. Not sure if the side rash there is from the race or if that's intentional. But nonetheless, probably gonna get some flack for not having numbers on the car. Move down to Mac. Currently running 7 as an FD. Very, it almost, I mean, without other than the black, it's very, you know, it's very Red Sun's Initial D-esque. Big piston excellence sticker on the side. We'd love to see it. We'll move into Hellcat, who is running an RX-8 with the big 3, a big do it for Dale, and a huge arrow wing. Not sure if that's helping, but it definitely looks good. And we'll move to Little Jonesy here, who is running a anime wrap on his RX-7. Mazda speed logo on the side. So race logos with some fun here. We like to see this from the 022. And we'll move down to our last position car, Dolo, who is running a, I believe that is a S15. And try to get a good look at the paint here. Very grassroots style, SCCA style number boards, couple of stickers. Pretty normal looking car, but got some race elements to it. Now that we've gone through the paint schemes here, let's take a look at our closest battle. Pretty spread out. Looks like the one car is getting to the back of the 9. Or, excuse me, the car in first getting to the back of the car in 9th of Little Jonesy. Yeah, it looks like our 4, 5, and 6 are our closest battles with Mac charging. So we'll just stay with that until something more develops. Anyway, as we switched over to a Raptor's car there, a little bit of looseness coming off the corner there and gets into the grass. Gonna sacrifice a little bit of time there. Currently up 4 spots in a nice spot. Good driving here. Does not have a penalty. A couple of the drivers are starting to have some penalties. Biggest one right now being almost a 6/10. No, that was 6/10 of a mile. I think I read that right. Real quick. Every driver has pitted. I completely missed when Koala and Oil Root pitted, but let's see. Mullet did move up to second from third from Koala, but Koala's not far behind, and he pitted late, so Mullet might really be struggling here towards the end of this race on tires. He might have to go in for another stop. Now, I'm not sure if it's just Forza or that was Raptor's driving skill there, but notice going through that corner, the brakes flared multiple times. Typically, when you're driving, you don't want to be flaring your brakes multiple times through a corner. You really want to be on them until you don't need them anymore, and then get back on your accelerator. You should almost have no time lost between brake transition and acceleration transition. That can change a little bit mid-corner when you are battling somebody. Obviously, you don't want to run somebody over if they're a little slower. But something else to watch is it's harder on tire wear. I'm not sure if it's taken very seriously in Forza, but on harder, more demanding sims, that kind of driving would cause some significant tire wear. Currently have 7 people watching, so if you're in the live chat, go ahead and chime in. Say hi to the other people watching. Typically don't have many watching, so we're happy to see that. We'll go back to Mac here, as it looks like 6 and 7 are actually a little bit closer. Not sure what happened. I might have just lagged out. Okay, there we go. Oh, it looks... Okay. Hellcat has lagged out. I was on Hellcat, or I think I might have been on Hellcat there, so unfortunately Hellcat is going to finish 10th. So that's good news for Dolo. He moves up the points. is our second pitter of the race here. Again, I'm trying to look for another battle for you guys, but I mean this is the closest battle going on right now between 5, 6, and 7. So we'll stay with Mac here as he battles. Looks like as he battles Maurice in his 350Z. Looks like our Raptor is just a little bit farther ahead, not by much, but just leading this pack ever so slightly. And as you can see through these low speed corners, as long as you can keep that RX-8 or the RX-7, excuse me, spooled up there, you can really carry a lot of speed through the corners with this car, and the agility definitely shown. But you know, when we hit these straightaways, the 350Z's power and torque is just really showing. Case in point as well with Mullet's S15 really just getting the power down. As Mac is getting real close to the bumper here, he's taking a sniff on the inside. And he's going to make the pass right before the hard braking zone, and he's going to get it done. He cuts the corner there. Hopefully he doesn't get a time penalty for that. But as he makes the pass on Maurice there. And he's going to, oh, they're going to double stack up, and there's 3 wide through there, and oh, and there's a door back and forth. This is a good battle going on here. Not sure if Raptor missed the corner there watching the battle in his rearview mirror, but we got some real tight action going into the almost start-finish final corner here. Raptor is going to keep the lead in this group. As I say that, he makes, or it looked like Mac was making the dive bomb there, but he thought better of it. Maurice starting to play a little bit of a patient game. He was one of our drivers, I think, who was the last to pit. So he's going to have a little bit more tire life. Might be playing the long game here. It looks like Mullet has pitted again, which will give Koala second place. And there's a battle. He's coming down. Matt coming down on the inside. Can't quite clear the door there of Raptor. Getting to the bumper. No problem, though. We've got a tight one here. Sorry about that. I was looking at the standings and trying to find out where the closest battle was, and it was right here in front of me. Matt getting to the bumper again in the corner. Raptor running a little bit wide there. I think we have another driver who's pitted as Raptor moves up to 4th now. Yes, it looks like YTB Noob has pitted again. Mac is really trying to set up this inside pass here, slowing each other down a little bit, allowing Maurice to save even more tire. That could be crucial towards the end if he's going to go on this one-stop strategy. I think Raptor and Mac might be out of tire by the end of this race if they keep battling like this. As Mac takes another look at the inside, he's currently ahead going into the corner. Gonna get right in front of his nose, hit the brakes, stuff him up a little bit there, and he's going to make the pass complete. Looks like Raptor now has no answer for that. Raptor might be falling off a little bit. He might have used up too much tire, because it looks like Maurice is already on the hunt for his position now. For whatever reason, Raptor pulls out of the draft there, it looks like. Couldn't quite tell from that angle, but it looks like he pulled out of the draft a bit. Maurice gets to the back of him pretty fast. Has to kind of check up real fast in a hurry. And we have a car off that looks like, oh no, was that Mullet? It was. Mullet is off on cold tires. Mac is now up into 3rd place right now. Running a real good race. Real consistent. I just don't know if he's going to have the tires there towards the end. So, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we were watching the battle for 5th, and now we are watching a battle for a podium position. It's like a little bit of a weird shift there for Mac, at least from the sounds of it. Not sure if it was actually weird. But I do believe these drivers are going to have to pit again with how hard they've been driving against each other. Back on board here with Mullet as he gets to the back of those, currently now running 6th now, excuse me. Getting to the back of Raptor and Maurice here. See if he can make this this pass and get his spot back. He's going to have to do a lot more work and burn more tire just to get around these drivers. Oh, big hit! Maurice sideways. Raptor hits him. I think that's going to draw out a caution. Not quite seeing if anybody's called out a caution. Looks like they are slowing down. Not what you want to see if you're Mac. As well as Roop and Koala, who had a commanding lead. And it looks like they're still gearing up pretty aggressively. Maybe the caution was not called. Do not believe a caution was called. That was a pretty aggressive hit. I thought for sure a caution would have come out for that hit. Fortunate for Raptor's race there, as well as Maurice's. Now Mac defending off against Mullet, who's been running in 3rd and 2nd most of the race. We have Oil Roop taking a pit advantage here. Commanding lead. Mac doing his very best to hold off Mullet, who's been a faster driver most of the session. Very tidy through here, and it looks like Mac is now heading to the pits, as well as Mullet is going into the pits. Interesting strategy here. This will be Mullet's 3rd pit. Perhaps they did call the caution. Doesn't seem like Oil Roop is really gearing up too hard here. Everybody going to take a free pit, cycle back, get a new set of tires. Yeah, it looks like our leaders are slowing down. We are going to group back up and we're going to run hard here. Hopefully the last 17 minutes clean. Looks like everybody taking that pit advantage. So, going to be interesting for our race organizer to call this one out, as it looks like everybody is taking the caution as a pit. Mostly everybody. I don't think everybody, but mostly everybody. So as we slow down here and watch a little bit of some caution action, some weaving and such, we will take this time to remind you that NPL is recruiting. So if you're interested in joining the Forza League, get with I Rode a Raptor on Xbox or find him. I'm not sure what the Facebook is, but I do believe there's a Forza Facebook. I should probably ask him that before I broadcast his race for him. But you can find him at I Rode a Raptor, send him a message, or comment on this channel here, and I'll get you in touch with him. So Koala's still on a one stop. He's going to keep his set of tires. So Koala is going to move to the front of the pack. And he's going to try to hold off drivers on new tires. So because of the caution and the way the rules are written for this league, Koala will have control of the start at any time once everybody is grouped back up. So we will stay on with Koala at this point. There is quite a big gap in between some of the back of the pack drivers here, as 7th is just now rounding the last corner to the start finish. 8th is extremely far back, and Dolo is extremely far back as well. So hopefully they're communicating these drivers to get to the back bumper, speed up. That way we can get back to green flag racing. So we may have not been able to catch the actual start of the race, but we will get a restart, which will be a fun time to watch the chaos for that. Keep in mind here that Koala is on a one-stop strategy, so he will have the oldest tires on the grid. So I do believe everybody else has pitted since at least one more time. So most drivers 2-stopping right now. Some drivers on a 3-stop. Drivers on a 3-stop, I believe, Mullet and I'm trying to wait for the change over here. I want to say it was Maurice had a 3rd stop, but so many drivers came in under that caution. So we have 3 stops of Mullet and Maurice, and Dolo is also on a 3-stop. So we're still waiting for Jonesy and Dolo to get to the back of these cars here. Let's go see. Yeah, they are still gearing up, which is good. Could go a little faster. Dolo is stopped. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe he's just waiting for them to get to him. He will go a lap down. That will be a problem, but we do want to get back to racing, so. Jonesy has almost caught the back of the pack here. He should catch them before the start finish. I do hope Dolo does not park on the line there. Okay, he is rolling a little bit. Oh, looks like he's going to go off the track. Now he is on the line. Hopefully he is calling that out. Drivers trying to keep some heat in their tires here. Forza does not do a very good job, even with the swerving and hitting the brakes and stuff, to really get heat in your tires. So drivers are probably going to be slipping and sliding through these first couple of corners as the tires have now cooled. This should be a single file restart as the rules are written. Don't think we're on double files yet. 3 beautiful RX-7 FDs currently running 1, 2, and 3. That was not quite single file. Okay, we're not going green. I thought we were going green there for a second. That is almost 3 full caution laps here at Suzuka, so the tires are definitely cold. So hard to tell when they're going green with how hard those or how high those rotaries rev. I know Koala's just trying to keep some rear tire heat there by doing that.
Remaining.
I hope we are going green this lap, because at this rate I do not think Dola will be to the back of them anytime soon. Just a reminder, if you are wanting to join this league, make sure you do read the rules and regulations of the league. We'll give Dole the benefit of the doubt, though. I do believe he said in the Discord he is new to this, so not used to organized racing, and that's okay. That's what this league is for. It's to learn and to get better and to have a good time. And it looks like they are gearing up. They are going green. Koala has controlled the restart here. Interesting. Oh, there's a car off. Did not see who that was. That might draw another caution. Looks like it was Oil Roop. Now down 7 spots after this restart. And it looks like Noob is looking on the inside of Koala. Thinks better of it. Koala, last season's champion in the Ford versus Chevy. So veteran senior driver here, good pace, good battle practice. May not always be the fastest every week, but manages to find himself in the top 3. And currently leading this race. Coming down into the hard braking zone here in corner 1. YTB getting to the bumper a little loose. Off track there. Might be a time penalty. Now, like I said, it has been a little bit here, but the long cautions might have actually helped Koala in the long run, as we only have 7 minutes left in this race, and he is on a 1-stop. So YTB is on newer tires, fresher tires, could be on softs. Definitely going to have more pace, so Koala is really going to have to work here to hold him off. Hopefully we see some nice clean racing here till the end. A little bit of an aggressive downshift there, gets it under control. Oh, and there's a big slide there from YTB, and now Maurice is trying to pull side by side with YTB Noob. Has to back out of it a little bit. Or excuse me, that was Mullet pulling some sides there. Maurice is in 4th. Koala starting to get some... Oh, and he goes off track. That's going to cost some time. Mullet gets to the side there of YTB. We've got a hell of a battle here coming down in the last 6 minutes. And interestingly enough, great for the drama of the race, 2 Mazdas and 2 Nissans trying to make it around each other. As the brake lights flare coming into this corner here to the final right-hander before, or excuse me, second to last right-hander before the start finish. Oh, there's some contact into, excuse me, Nuba hits Mullet, and there's some contact with the wall as well, but they all keep it straight. And YTB is going to hit the pits. Not sure what happened there, but that is going to surrender the 3rd spot to Maurice. Wonder if he got pushed. That's a weird time to pit with 5 minutes to go. Waller running real strong here. Doing a great job. Mullet got fresher tires. Andy has the power advantage. We'll see if he can make a move here. I think we're going to stay with this battle. This looks like this is going to be our most intense, interesting battle coming up to the final 5 minutes to go here. Oh, and Koala just slides a little bit too far there, and Mullet's going to make the pass. We have a new race leader. Drivers getting the call out, so 5 minutes remaining as Mullet takes the lead with fresher tires. We will check on Oil Roop as he tries to get to Koala and tries to get some resemblance of his first place position back. Oil Roop led pretty much every lap of this race. The restart and that, taking that late pit, maybe did not know the rules of if he took a pit, he had to go to the back of the pack and now had to fight through people. Might have just cost him the race with how long the caution laps went here. Also, with the time penalties as well, Mullet has a 0.87 mile gap that he has to put in between him and Koala in order to maintain first. A couple of our other drivers are also dealing with some mileage gaps as well. So they'll have to keep that in mind here as we come to the last 4 minutes to go. Also, with the Forza format, this 3 minutes and 58 seconds will end the race. There will be no driver to the finish line. It'll just be who's the closest, or once that time limit ends, the race is over. So, I mean, the drivers are going to start working now and thinking that they don't have that extra lap after, there's no white flag. It's just the race is over in 3 minutes. So, I know I made that very dramatic with the way I said it, but some of these drivers are going to have to start making some work here. If Oil Roop wants to, maintain a second place finish here, he's going to have to get past Koala and Commandingly by at least a quarter of a mile, I believe. And he could also could get 4th here if Maurice can stay within a gap. Looks like Oil Rope's getting side by side. Gonna make the pass because he got the inside run. Let's see if Koala can set up the switchback. Nope, he just does not have the tire on that one-stop strategy. Oh, a big twitch there from Oil Rope as he comes around that corner. Doesn't quite get it into gear, it sounded like. Oh, big slide there. Sounds like Oil Room might be having some transmission problems because the gear is really hanging on that car. Come down to 2 minutes remaining. Oil Roop starting to pull a little bit on Koala. Koala just seems to have the downforce in the corners down, but he does not seem to have the top end. The big wings slowing him down a little bit on the straights. do believe Oil Roop has closed the distance that he would need to ensure that he gets second here with a minute to go. And I also believe Mullet has closed the gap enough to where he will still get first at this point. But we'll see how they score him here towards the end. And that is our closest battle right now, is between Oil Roop and Maurice, or Oil Roop and Koala. So we will stay on board with Roop here with 30 seconds to go. Couple of our drivers on controllers, but majority of them are on wheels, so I imagine they will be pretty sweaty after this one. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our race. So, rounding out the top three, we have Mullet finishing first. Oil Roop moving. Oh, I didn't get the. Hold on a second there. I'll have to get back into the standings. But third is Koala. Second is Oil Roop. And first, from a hell of a drive from moving up and down the grid quite a bit, Mullet into the S15. Two Mazdas take 2-3. Nissan takes first for the first Nissan versus Mazda race. So we will look at the race results here, and we'll go down the pack. Mullet in first, Oil Roop in second, Koala in third, Mac in fourth. Good finish from Mac, up 2 spots from where he started. A fairly decent finish for Raptor, up 4 spots. However, he did cause that initial accident. Then we will also take a look at 6, Maurice, down 3 spots from where he started. Jonesy in 7th, down 2 spots from where he started. YTB Noob had a great race, late pit, not sure what happened there. Down 4 spots, finishes in 8th, and Dolo rounds out 9th, and unfortunately a disconnect for Hellcat. So we're going to bring some of our drivers in here for a broadcast, if we can get them to get up in the Discord here. Let me pull up Koala first. Hey there, driver. You got a copy?
I do.
All right. So you were the only driver to go with a one-stop strategy, and almost looked like it was going to pay off with that late caution with how long it ran. Did you just not have the tire to hold on in the end there?
Yeah, I had hards on at the end there.
Yeah, you were obviously struggling with everybody else pretty much on fresher tires.
Yep, they all had softs at the end, so I was way outpaced.
It's unfortunate, but you did a very good job at holding them off and maintaining a 3rd spot finish. Is there anything you'd like to call out or say, or thank any sponsors or anything like that?
No, just clean race finally. We finally got a clean race, so that was good.
Yeah, that was nice. It looked like Raptor was the one that brought out the caution again.
Yep.
Unfortunate to hear that, but I think if the caution doesn't come out, I think you're in a pretty good spot, man.
Yep, I think I am.
So 3rd points for the race. Congratulations on that. We'll see what we can do next week and go from there.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right, appreciate you, driver.
Yep, thank you.
It looks like our 2nd place driver has already left. So we were going to pull up Mullet, who is our 1st place driver. Driver, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
Hey, congratulations on your win. A hell of a drive. Had some issues there. Looked later in the race. Also one of the only drivers to go with the 3-stop. Hard charging there towards the end. You get a late caution, come out with softs, and are able to run down first. You want to walk us through the last couple of laps there towards the end?
So I'll start out the caution. Caution came out, and I'm thinking I'm screwed because I was just trying to salvage a finish with how many penalties I've had. And so I'm sitting there thinking I'm screwed. And then with the way where he restarted towards Spoon, and I gained 3 or 4 spots right there alone. I'm like, wait, I may actually have a chance to go get these guys and run away.
Did
And so
Oh, go ahead.
that was just, I was driving. I used every little bit of the car I had.
Did you know that Koala was on very old hards at that point?
He had asked me if I was on softs, so I'm sure I figured he wasn't on softs.
Well, Koala was the only driver to go with a one stop, and I think if we would have not had a caution, I think he would have had the win.
Yeah, that caution definitely mixed up the field because oil was, I mean, dominating the race.
Yeah.
And then he did, and it got caught up in that mess on the restart.
Well, it's unfortunate for Koala, but great news for you. It's also unfortunate for Oil Roop, who, like you said, was dominant the whole race. I was hoping to pull him up here, but it looks like he's already left for the night. Maybe we'll get him before the start of next race. But is there anything you'd like to call out, sponsors, or say to anybody while you're on stream here?
I just want to thank Raptor for getting this whole ordeal together and having fun, tight races like this. Um, and if you want to watch my perspective of my racing and some other stuff I do, you can uh, go follow me on Twitch, Battlelane_gaming.
And he is also in the live chat, guys. If you want to check him out there, you can probably find the link there as well. All right, we will see you next week for the next race. I haven't looked at the schedule because I'm a bad broadcaster, so we'll just see you next week.
I think it's Bathurst.
Yeah, we talked about Australia before the beginning, so hopefully no kangaroos there on this front stretch.
Hopefully. Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Mullet.
Yes, sir. You too.
And unfortunately, we're not able to pull up Oil Roop. I would like to hear his perspective. Maybe we'll try to get that before the start of next race. Next race is in a week, and I'm going to check the channel right now just to make sure. I do believe it is Bathurst. Yeah, round 2 is Tuesday, April 23rd at Mount Panorama Bathurst Circuit. It looks like it's going to be sunrise, clear skies for this race. Be sure to check that out, as Bathurst is a grueling track to drive. Very, very fast, open areas, but also as soon as you start to climb and go down that mountain, it is tight in there. I hope we don't have a caution fest, but I'm thinking we might have some pretty bad wrecks here at Bathurst. So tune in and watch the wrecks, tune in to watch the close racing, and tune in to listen to me. And this was Next Level Racing's broadcast. Be sure to check out our iRacing broadcast as well, coming up very shortly here. I believe May 2nd, we start a late model season at the LA Coliseum for the Clash. So look forward to that as well. Thank you for tuning in for the No Pressure Motorsports League Race 1 at Suzuka, and we will see you next time.